Drawing fundamentals in character design for tabletop role-playing games are essential skills and concepts that artists and designers should master. Here are some key drawing fundamentals to create visually compelling and effective characters within the context of the game. Number 1. Detail and texture. Detail and texture are essential aspects of character design for tabletop role-playing games that can significantly impact the visual richness and storytelling potential of your artwork. How much detail and texture you incorporate into your character designs, and how you balance intricate details with simplicity, plays a critical role in creating visually appealing and effective characters within the context of the game. When deciding on the level of detail, consider the purpose and scale of the artwork. Characters in TTRPGs can be presented in various formats, such as full illustrations, character sheets, or small tokens on a game board. For larger illustrations, you may have the freedom to include more intricate details to enhance realism and visual interest. On the other hand, smaller-scale representations require simplification to maintain clarity and readability. Balancing detail is essential to prevent overwhelming the viewer or losing focus on the character's essence. Too much detail in certain areas can divert attention from the character's main features or important elements. Prioritize the details that contribute most to the character's identity, such as distinctive accessories, facial features, or weapons, while simplifying less significant areas to maintain visual clarity. Texture is an effective tool for adding depth and tactile qualities to your character designs. It can evoke emotions, suggest materials, and contribute to the character's believability. Experiment with different textural techniques to find the ones that best suit your character's aesthetic and narrative. Hatching and cross-hatching involve using parallel lines to create the illusion of shading and texture. Stippling uses dots to build up tone and texture. These techniques can be particularly useful for adding texture to clothing, armor, or backgrounds. Digital tools provide a range of options for incorporating texture into your character designs. Various brushes, filters, and overlays allow you to simulate textures digitally, creating effects that mimic traditional mediums like pencil, ink, or paint. Experiment with different brushes and techniques to find those that align with your desired visual style. Remember to maintain consistency in texture application across your artwork to create a cohesive look. Consider the character's role and background when incorporating texture into your designs. A character from a rugged wilderness might have weathered and textured clothing or equipment, while a character from a refined urban setting might feature smoother, more polished textures. Texture can also provide clues about a character's experiences, such as battle scars or worn equipment that suggest a history of combat. When using texture, ensure that it complements the overall design rather than overpowering it. Strive for a balance between the character's form and the texture applied. Texture should enhance the character's visual appeal and reinforce their narrative, rather than detracting from their readability or recognition. Regularly experiment with different textural techniques and approaches to find the ones that resonate with your artistic style and the themes of your TTRPG. Seek inspiration from other artists renowned for their skill in incorporating detail and texture into their artwork. Analyze their techniques and apply them to your own character designs, adapting and refining them as you go. Number 2. Expressions and emotions. Expressions and emotions are vital elements of character design that breathe life and relatability into your characters. Characters in TTRPGs are not just static figures. They experience a range of emotions that drive their actions and interactions. Being able to effectively convey these emotions through facial expressions adds depth and realism to your character designs. Facial expressions serve as windows to characters' inner worlds, offering insights into their thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Practicing drawing different expressions is crucial for accurately communicating characters' emotions to players and immersing them in the game world. From joy and sorrow to anger and fear, mastering facial expressions allows you to create characters that resonate emotionally with players. To accurately depict facial expressions, observe real-life people or reference photographs to understand how different emotions manifest through facial features. Pay attention to how the eyes, eyebrows, mouth, and other facial muscles change to convey specific emotions. The slight tilt of an eyebrow or the curve of a lip can make all the difference in capturing a character's mood. Begin by practicing basic expressions, such as happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, and fear. Study how these emotions affect the positioning and shape of different facial components. As you gain proficiency, challenge yourself with more complex emotions that involve subtle nuances, like skepticism, determination, or longing. These emotions often involve combinations of different facial elements and may require more detailed observation and practice. Keep in mind that facial expressions are not isolated, they work in conjunction with body language, gestures, and context. Consider the character's posture, stance, and surroundings when portraying their emotions. A character clenching their fists while frowning may convey anger, while the same frown with slumped shoulders might suggest sadness or defeat. Understanding the psychology behind facial expressions can also enhance your ability to convey emotions accurately. Research the science of microexpressions, which are fleeting and involuntary facial movements that reveal genuine emotions. Studying microexpressions can help you depict genuine and nuanced emotions, adding authenticity to your character designs. Remember that characters in TTRPGs are diverse and multifaceted. Different races, cultures, and backgrounds may express emotions differently. Consider how cultural norms and individual personalities influence the way emotions are displayed. A stoic character from a warrior culture may suppress outward displays of emotion, while a charismatic bard might be more animated and expressive. Digital tools offer advantages for exploring and practicing facial expressions. You can easily create variations and iterate on different expressions without fear of ruining your original artwork. Experiment with layering techniques to modify facial features and explore different emotion scenarios for a single character. Number 3. Costume and prop design. Costume and prop design are integral components of character creation for TTRPGs. They contribute to a character's visual identity, personality, and role within the game world. The attire and belongings of a character can offer valuable insights into their background, motivations, cultural affiliations, and class. Mastering the art of costume and prop design allows you to create characters that are not only visually striking but also rich in narrative depth. Costumes and props are visual storytelling tools that communicate a wealth of information about a character. When designing costumes, consider the character's personality traits, profession, and cultural background. A warrior character might wear armor that reflects their strength and readiness for battle, while a mage might adorn robes that signify their mystical knowledge. The choice of clothing and accessories can also hint at the character's preferences, affiliations, or even secret histories. Prop design involves creating the items characters carry or interact with, such as weapons, magical artifacts, or tools. These items should not only serve a functional purpose but also add to the character's visual appeal and narrative significance. A rogue character's daggers might be unique in design, hinting at their stealthy and crafty nature. A cleric's staff could be ornately decorated, reflecting their connection to the divine. To create compelling costumes and props, research historical fashion trends, cultural references, and class archetypes. Draw inspiration from different time periods, regions, and artistic styles. Historical garments can provide insights into the design elements that convey specific social status or occupation. Combining historical influences with creative flair can result in costumes that are both believable within the game world and artistically appealing. Consider the character's role within the TTRPG's universe. A character's class, alignment, and role within a party can greatly influence their appearance. A bard, for instance, might have a flamboyant and theatrical costume to match their charismatic nature, while a cleric might wear robes adorned with religious symbols. Align the design choices with the character's abilities and role, enhancing the cohesiveness of their visual portrayal. Cultural references are another valuable resource for costume and prop design. Different cultures have distinct clothing styles, materials, and embellishments that can enrich your character designs. Be mindful of cultural sensitivity and avoid appropriating elements without understanding their significance. Instead, draw inspiration from various cultures and adapt design elements to fit the fantasy world of the TTRPG. Balance is key when designing costumes and props. While intricate details can add depth and authenticity, simplicity ensures that the character's visual identity remains clear and recognizable, even in different situations or at varying scales. Focus on key elements that best represent the character and their narrative, while avoiding excessive clutter that may obscure their essence. In summary, costume and prop design are essential aspects of character creation for TTRPGs that provide valuable insights into a character's personality, background, and role. Design costumes and props that align with the character's profession, class, and cultural context. Combine historical influences with creative flair to create visually compelling and narratively rich designs. Consider the character's abilities and role within the game, and seek feedback to refine your designs. By mastering the art of costume and prop design, you can create characters that are visually captivating and deeply immersive within the TTRPG universe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Keep on drawing.